Hello everyone, Suman Pachigulla here. And today in this video you are going to discover how easily you can build relationship with your leader, manager, your client or whomever it is, because it is very much essential for you to grow in your career. Your relationship with your people or the decisive authorities will let you grow in the organization. All right. And now if you think only productivity is the only thing that is going to build your relationship stronger, no. So you need to understand there are other things which will add on to you when you really understand how you can go in depth and build relationship from the core. Meaning it's like building a trust. All right. So now if you want to grow in your career, the first thing as a learner, what we need to do is we need to keep our ego aside. And yes, I'm telling it from my perspective. Now it is up to you whether you want to accept it or reject it. But still, before you reject, I want you to think logically that how it can help you grow. Okay? Because when it comes to profession, when it is coming to a job, when it comes to service, service means serve, right? Like a servant. You are servant to somebody else. Now, if you keep your ego in between your service and what you serve, then there is a mismatch of what? Interest. And that will lead to conflict and you may not enjoy what you do. So now, first thing, if you want to grow in your career, what you need to understand is keep your personal ego aside and look at profession as a profession. All right. Now I'm going to share 4 different things that how you can build your rapport and how did I build the rapport with my managers, and that helped me to grow in my career. Okay, it could be rapport, you call it a relationship, whatever it may be. So let's go ahead and understand. So first, if you are looking at your career now, and if you think that only making the placements, bringing the clients and bringing revenue, it builds a relationship, that's one of the way looking at it. But if you want to build a longer term relationship, how exactly it is going to work? Well, the placements, the revenue, the clients, that will come. That's not something like without happening those, you will build your career and relationship. That will come, that numbers will come to your portfolio one or the other way. But before that, you definitely need something where you feel so fulfilled that you are giving it 100% because people know why you are doing it, right? So first thing to build relationship, what you would be looking for is reporting. You might be saying, Suman, I send report every day. I send report every week. Now, here is a trick, okay? So when your manager asks for a report and that person sends you some kind of checklist, okay? That person sends, I want these many calls, these many client contacts, these many candidate contacts, and so on and so forth. So you need to understand what exactly the person is trying to understand out of the report, or you can directly message that person or email that person, or better you can call. You could say, for example, if that's John is your manager who asked for your report, your sales report, your recruiting report, you say, John, I got the initiation that you wanted me to send a weekly report or bi-weekly report. So now could you please tell me what is that you are trying to understand? What will be your what would be your analysis, or what is that you exactly will try to understand from the report, so that I will ensure that the data whatever I provide will help you to get to your analysis. And now what happens? The manager will feel, wow, I never thought in this way. And the person will think, okay, no, I just wanted to understand that how many requirements you worked, how many candidates you contacted, and where exactly your revenue is. Now every day, whenever let's say it's a weekly report you need to send, so what you do is Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday you'll mention, and what you would do is you could have a detailed information. Okay, Monday, each day before you end, you mention these are the requirement I worked, this is what happened, this is what not happened, what is your action plan. The same thing, if you fill it and keep it with you and at the end you send it, that will differentiate you from other recruiters. You would say, Suman, it's going to take time. It is going to take time. Yes, it is going to take time. Now it is up to you whether you want to do it or not. All right. So that is how it works though. Just by sitting at the desk and doing your job will help you build rapport. I have never seen it, and if something's working with you, good luck with your approach. All right. First thing is reporting. How you do it, meaning it's a clear manner. Numbers, number of jobs, what are the jobs, how many candidates contacted, and what is that happening, and your comments. So what is that going to happen is you have exactly understood what is that the candidate client your manager needs. Okay. Now the second thing is whether they want it or not, you may approach and you could say, John, would you mind if I send report of my work so that it will help you analyze where exactly I'm going? All right. That's very powerful. And feedback. What is this? This is what I said. Keep your ego aside. All right. And I used it wherever I worked. Okay. This is something very powerful and I'm going to share with you. If you are a recruiter, talk to your lead, talk to your management. If you're a lead, talk to your manager. If you're a manager, talk to your whomever you are reporting and whoever that supervises you and ask this question. Let's say, again, your manager, lead, or whoever his name is, John, all right? John, we have been associated since long time, right? So what I want you to do is, could you please let me know my productivity, my way of work that you have observed in the last 6 months? Where do you think I'm lacking? Where do you think I should improve so that it will help both of us to grow in this industry or in this company or to get to this particular target or whatever it is? You can relate to that. What is that going to happen is, if at all there was a suggestion for you from that person, and just because you might be thinking or you might think that as a criticism, or you may feel bad the person did not share that with you, then what is that going to happen is that negativity or that lack always stays there. So now when you open your gate, okay, I'm open to receive feedbacks, I'm open to take feedbacks. When you open yourself, there are so many people, your team members, your manager, your management even gonna come and tell so and so, this is what we have been seeing you doing this, but if you could do this, it would be better. All right. Now what happened? You got some inputs of your work. Now you work on that inputs, and after 2 or 3 months you go back once again. So you told me 3 months ago to improve on this, and now I'm consciously working on it and slowly I have improved. So now what would your take in the last 3 months that you see where exactly I stand? Now that is going to help you grow in your career, and it is going to put you in a good note in front of whoever is supervisor, manager, whomever it is you're working with. All right. Now there is a third thing, solution oriented problem. So now most of the people, what happens is they go with the problem all the time. Okay. What is that? The rate is not working, the requirement is hard, candidates are not responding, the client is canceling interviews, this, that, so many things. Now whenever there is a problem, you do not know how to minimize the problem, or you do not have any control over the third party, right? So now what you could do is, so now if your client is rejecting, is rescheduling interview all the time, and that is annoying your candidate, so in the meetings most of the people would say, you know what, this is the reason I did not have placement, because the client has cancelled 5 interviews. And those 5 candidates were annoyed. Now they are not picking up my calls. So now don't blame me because I don't have placements, because your client did not take the interview. Because it will be painful, right? We do all the work, we schedule interviews, and when the candidate is waiting, if nobody from the client calls them, then it is annoying for all the parties. And now that is one way of doing. Now solution oriented problem is what? You could go into the meeting, you would say, here is what I have observed. So while working with these clients, we have scheduled 5 interviews and 5 of them cancelled because the client did not join. So how we can avoid this problem? Can we have an agreement that the client will definitely take the call whenever they propose? And second thing would be, can we have a phone number of the hiring manager to remind them, call them and say after 5 minutes you have a call? Or third thing could be, can we have a 2 time slots in the beginning? If first misses, they will be taking the second thing or whatever. Okay, these are I'm just giving you an examples. So now these are the solution oriented. So if the same way you got a requirement, that is candidates are asking high rate and your client has offered less. Now it is easy for us to say, now candidates are asking more rate. Now that's the reason I do not have any submission. Now that's okay. That is what the reality is. Now how you present, that is what is going to make a difference. All right, so always be solution oriented. Now the fourth one is very powerful. Keep company first, meaning keep your company's interest ahead of your personal interest. So do not ever do something that is for your personal betterment, but look at your client or or your management or whomever it is. Why? Because that is where the trust will be built. That is where it will give you a satisfaction that if at all you are taking some risks, and someday someone is going to ask you, why did you do like this? You could say, I have done this because it is going to help the company grow. It is going to save the company's reputation. It is going to do this. It is going to do that. Now, this one thing has got me so much to my career, to my life as well. Because if we work for a company and we focus on our personal interest, it is not going to work. One or the other way we are going to caught. Meaning you work and you submit for the sake of meeting the daily submission or a weekly submission. And you know that if you submit the candidate, that is not going to turn in an interview, neither that is going to be a placement, but you do it because you need to meet your targets. Guess what? That is not serving any better interest of the client or your company you work in, but that is for your personal interest. So now so many people do that. Now it is up to you now. If you want to grow in your company, you need to change your thought process that what I should do now that is going to help the company grow. And you are going to get ideas, hunches and inspirations, and that is going to put you to do the same actions. All right. And now if you apply these 4 things with your management, or if you are into sales with your client as well, that will differentiate you from others and you will be surprised the kind of results you are getting. All right. So thank you very much for listening. And if you are applying all this, put that in the comment box if you found it helpful. If you want me to share my perspective to any of the situation that you are currently going on and you need an advice, a suggestion, or my views, as I said, let me know and I would love to share my perspective there. All right. And if you are a new viewer here to this channel, please subscribe and join in a mission to impact 5 million lives. Once again, this is Suman Pachigulla on a mission to impact 5 million lives through recruiters. Take care and bye-bye.